Welcome back to the Sharing English podcast, where we explore stories from the English-speaking world, spoken slowly and clearly for curious English learners like you. Let's get started. Hi everyone, it's your host, Freya. And today we are stepping into a world of giants, chocolate factories, and magical animals. Any guesses? We're talking about one of the most beloved storytellers of the English-speaking world, Roald Dahl. Now, before I go on, a note about his name. Many in the English-speaking world pronounce his first name Roald. But recently, clips of an interview he gave in the 1960s, showing him correcting the interviewer and pronouncing his name, have appeared. He pronounces his name as Roald. So that's the pronunciation I'll use today. Now, even if you don't know his name at all, or have been pronouncing it wrong, like I used to do, you probably know his stories. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach. His books have delighted children and adults for decades. But behind the fun and the magic was a fascinating life story, one that influenced the worlds he created. So let's explore the life, the works, and the lasting impact of Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl was born in 1916 in Wales to Norwegian immigrant parents. His childhood was marked by both happiness and tragedy. His father and older sister died when he was very young, leaving his mother to raise the family. Dahl went to boarding schools in England, where he later said he experienced both strict discipline and small moments of rebellion. These are things that would later appear in his stories. For example, cruel headmasters and unfair adults are common characters in his books. But before becoming a writer, Dahl lived a very adventurous life. He worked for an oil company in Africa and later joined the Royal Air Force during World War II. He was a fighter pilot, but after a crash landing left him badly injured, he eventually started working in diplomacy and writing. He even served as a British spy for a period of time. His early writing included short stories for adults, many of them dark, mysterious, and even shocking. This side of Dahl continued throughout his career. While he's most famous for children's books, his adult stories showed his sharp, sometimes unsettling imagination. Dahl's first children's book was James and the Giant Peach in 1961. From there, his career took off. His stories often featured children as heroes, usually standing up to cruel adults or absurd authority figures. Some of his most famous works include Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, written in 1964. This story is about a poor boy who visits Willy Wonka's magical candy factory. In 1970, he wrote Fantastic Mr. Fox, about a clever fox outsmarting farmers trying to catch him. He also wrote The BFG in 1982. In this story, a big friendly giant, BFG, befriends a young girl and protects children from dangerous giants. And there's also Matilda, which he wrote in 1988, about the story of a gifted girl who uses her intelligence and courage to fight against cruel adults. His books are full of imaginative language, strange made-up words, and a mix of humor and darker themes. He never shied away from showing that the world can be unfair, but he also showed how kindness and cleverness can win. Roald Dahl's books have been translated into more than 60 languages and have sold over 300 million copies. They've been adapted into movies, plays, and musicals that continue to inspire new generations. However, Dahl himself was not without controversy. Some of his personal views, including comments which many people viewed to be anti-Semitic, have been widely criticized. More recently, there has been debate about whether some of the language in his books should be changed to be more inclusive for modern readers. In fact, his publishers have made some linguistic changes to his books. This has started important conversations about how we engage with classic literature today. Despite the controversies, Dahl's lasting impact is clear. He changed the way children's books are written. His stories encouraged imagination, showed children as powerful and important, and gave young readers worlds where magic could be just around the corner. Today, Roald Dahl remains one of the best-selling children's authors in the world. His characters, like Willy Wonka, Matilda, and the BFG, are part of global culture. And his stories continue to make readers laugh, dream, and sometimes feel a little scared. Roald Dahl's life was as full of twists and turns as his stories. From wartime pilot to one of the greatest children's authors, his imagination left a mark on the world that is still felt today. And I'm curious, have you ever read a Roald Dahl book or seen one of the movie adaptations? Which story or character is your favorite?
Thank you for listening to the Sharing English podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a rating or review, and share the podcast with a friend who's also learning English. You can find out more about me and the podcast at our website, www.sharing-english.com. New episodes of the Sharing English podcast are available weekly wherever you listen to podcasts. As always, let me know, what topics are you interested in hearing more about? Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep sharing English.